Michael, how's your hamstring?
It's not too bad, thanks. I've got a bit of time now, obviously leading up to Boxing Day test, so I'll be having plenty of treatment, but I'm confident I'll be right for Boxing Day.
Dan. Michael, have you got a test squad for us yet?
I do. Ben Hilfenhaus isn't in the squad, unfortunately. So Jackson Bird comes in, and Usman Khawaja is on standby for myself.
So with yourself, Pablo, do you think you're a realistic chance of playing, or do you think it's just a wait and see sort of proposition?
I'm always going to be really positive because I know I'm in great hands with Alex. I know how good a physio he is, and I know how good my physio is back in Sydney that I'll be using over the next couple of days. They'll communicate, and I'm really confident. With 7 days, 8 days turnaround from today, I guess I'll be giving myself every opportunity to be right. That's for sure. I know Mickey and the selectors will give me as much time as required leading up to the game. Obviously, my preparation will, be a little bit different to the lead up to this Test match. But I've done a fair bit of batting through the summer, so I'm confident if I can just do everything in my power and things go my way, I'm really positive about the opportunity to be right for Boxing Day.
You got a medical term for it? A grade 1? Or?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I never really understand that anyway. So you have to ask Alex that. But I think it's a strain. To what level, I don't know. The scans were pretty positive, and like I say, I'm in really good hands with Alex.
You've made gazillion runs this 12 months. You're aware of that, and you're closing in on an Australian record.
Something came up on the board the other day where I seen Rick. I can't remember what numbers, but it was 1,500 and something that Ricky scored. One of the great years of Ricky. I guess he had plenty of those years. Look, it is nice. There's no doubt about it to be scoring runs and to be leading from the front as captain of the team. But I've said for a while now that I'll take no runs if we keep playing the way we're playing and we keep having success like we did through this Test match. That's as pleased as you can be as a captain.
Are there any secrets apart from hard work? Have you got a special bat, something you're doing in the mornings?
I'd like to say there's an easy way, but unfortunately there's not. No, it's been a lot of hard work. I think it's taken a lot of years for me to learn my game, and there's still, like I've said before, I think there's still areas of my game that need to continue to improve. A bit of old advice, I guess, from my father, from my old man. He's been doing a lot of my one-on-one batting stuff I've been doing with him over the last couple of years, which has been great. But I think the one thing he continues to push with me is to keep that hunger. As a kid, he always said, make sure you're hungry to score runs, and that's probably the thing that I've tried to do this summer. It's always hard to get in. You can get out early, but once I've got in and got a start, I've tried to be, through my innings, as hungry as I can to go on and make big scores.
Michael, what was it when he came to selecting Jackson? Was his MCG record part of that? And is it a legitimate chance that you will have 2 left armers in a 3-man seam attack there?
We'll pick the best attack to take 20 wickets. If it's 2 left armers, it's 2 left armers. I think Jackson is the leading wicket taker in first-class cricket this year, so that was certainly the main factor in us bringing him into the squad.
Peter, Sri Lankan coach, just said that it was not easy for the batters to save a match on this pitch. To what extent did you benefit from it?
I think you could probably say that wicket probably helped us a little bit, but we still had to go about our right process, and that was obviously bowling our in partnerships, bowling our maidens, and building pressure. And I think after, like I spoke about the other day, after that lunch. On that morning thing. From then on, I think our bowling has been outstanding. As a group, we've been exceptional, and I think that's reward for the hard work that we did. And I said the other day that I was the lucky one then to get the results, and that someone else would get in the second innings, and Starkey did that today, which was obviously a great effort by him.
Dan.
Michael, is that evidence of progress in the team, that even though you were down one full-time bowler and one part-time bowler, that you got the job done today?
I really want to say yes. There's no doubt we've learned a lot from the South African series. We've seen, to compete against the best, you have to be at your best for the whole 5 days. You can't afford to give a good opposition like South Africa or Sri Lanka a session, let alone a day. So I think we've learnt that lesson. I think it's going to take some time. There's no doubt about it for us to put into place the areas of our game that we think need the improvement. I think today's a good start, and this Test match is a good start though. Having the extra bowler today compared to Adelaide certainly played a big part there. You know, Watto 24 overs I think he bowled. I would have loved those overs in Adelaide, whether that be through Paddo or Watto. But I think our bowlers deserve a lot of credit. I think Starkey was outstanding once again. Watto did a magnificent job, and so did Nathan Lyon. Those two guys their job's probably a little bit underrated, but I thought the work they did in building pressure, bowling a lot of dot balls was fantastic. And the man that sits beside me continues to lead our attack. I think he has done for a while now. I think he's loved that opportunity to be, you know, our number one strike bowler. He really looks forward to the pressure situation. Doesn't care if he opens the bowling or bowls first change. It's about helping the team have success. And if everyone's got the heart that he has, we'll definitely get back to being the number one Test team in the world.
While you were playing today, Hull's alleged ball tampering controversy erupted.
Found out.
You weren't aware of it before then?
No, I've only just heard when I come back into the change room that apparently it had been spoken about, but I also heard that, I guess by the ICC or Broady, there's nothing to it. So, I had no idea.
It's interesting because the team was spoken to on Sunday about it, but they didn't relate it to you, right?
The team, what, the Australian team?
Yeah, your manager was, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the Australian team though. I'm sure there's lots of
the
stuff.
broader team, yeah.
I guess it's a little bit like me talking to the umpires on the field about a million different things that doesn't necessarily have to go back into the change room. This is probably an example of, something happening away from the team, but I can guarantee you, as captain of the team, I had no idea about it.
I'm not questioning what you say. I'm not questioning your answers. Yeah, disappointing that something like that went on. That the other side went to the match referee about something they saw on the TV and complained about.
Like I said, I don't know if this happens every game. I've got no idea. At the end of the day, like I said, Broady's the ICC have made it very clear that there's nothing there. I 100% believe that we always play in the spirit of the game. I don't think any of the Australian players would ever jeopardise that and do anything to ruin our reputation. I think we play very hard on the field, there's no doubt about it, but we understand that there's a line that you can't cross, and in my career for Australia, I believe we've played the right way.
Peter, apparently, according to the Sri Lankan management, you were one of the culprits supposedly in the 88th over, bowling to Jay Wardener. Can you shed some light on it, Pete? Like, what was your?
There's a picture going around on Twitter, but Twitter, you can say what you want, and it doesn't really. Obviously, there's no consequences. And if you took a picture of every time I turn around and run into bowl, it's going to look exactly like that same picture. So it's if you watched a video of it, you'd just see me turning around, holding the ball and running in. But you take a snap of a still picture, you can make anything look unreal. So that's their opinion, and one that's obviously not warranted.
So it's obviously something you're not interested in ball team. We never had bowled in 10 years of cricket. So.
I wake up in the morning. I thought today if I ran out there and ball tampered in front of 15 cameras and obviously a lot of people watching the game, that I'm going to get away with it. That's just a ridiculous, obviously, statement. And why would I want to jeopardise that when I know we can go out there and do everything in the spirit of the game and win? That's how we play, and that's how we've always played, and that's how I've watched teams play for Australia. So there's nothing to it at all.
After Adelaide, was there any concerns that you wouldn't get the job done?
Not at all. I think the way we went about it today, the pressure, and it probably helped that we got rid of the top order a bit sooner this time. That sort of made us a bit more confident, but we just stuck to the processes. And I think the boys learn a lot, and learnt that if we kept digging in, that we did come close in Adelaide, but just fell short. That we knew if we could keep pushing right to that end, that we could get on top. And like I say it again, that from that lunch the other day to the way we've bowled from then till now, it's been outstanding. That just the whole unit, everyone together, the process with the bowler down, it's just obviously credit to us, the way we've prepared, the way the boys have gone about it, and obviously performed for the team to get the end result, which is obviously a Test match win.
Just quickly, Clarke spoke about your effort, but what did you think about Clarke's effort, given that he did do the hammy late yesterday?
Yeah, I think it's outstanding. Like, when you look at the last 18 months or since he's become captain, the way he's played and performed, it's just obviously you always want your leader to stand up and be the one that sort of leads from the front. And, yeah, he's been phenomenal at that. He's been outstanding. I think it makes us better players. He's been producing targets that we can go out and try and defend and giving us time to obviously do our work. And that makes it a lot easier. And I think yesterday it showed that on a wicket that was hard to score on, and it was hard to make the runs, that he went about it his way and got us into a position that we could obviously set a nice target and go out there and do our business. And yeah, it's obviously a credit to the way he's been working.
Brett?
Michael, you touched on Nathan before, but are you a bit concerned that he's not having as much impact on last day wickets? And do you think he's maybe rushing a bit too much, bowling a bit flat and a bit fast and trying to get through his overs too quickly?
No, I don't think he's trying to get through. There's probably one over there who's trying to get through, so I could give Matthew Wade an over before tea. I think he's bowling really well. I think he's doing a great job for the team. The wicket didn't spin much at all unless the ball hit the foot marks, which was quite wide. So yeah, look, there's always going to be a lot of pressure and expectation on Nathan because we've had so many spinners since Warnie. I think his results and statistics show that he's doing a fantastic job for us. I think he complements our attack really well, and I think you're going to see days that he comes out and takes 5 wickets, and then you're going to see days where he can tie up an end and bowl plenty of dot balls to build pressure to help the quicks take their wickets. So, you know, I don't think we can have the expectation on any player to walk out and perform every single time. I think he's had a really good summer so far.
Jesse?
At the start of the season, John Inverarity is rating the sort of next in line batsman, and about Khawaja, he sort of mentioned he was concerned about his intensity in the field and sometimes between the wickets. I mean, he's obviously scored some great scores already this season, but has he actually made progress in that area about intensity, running between the wickets, in the field, that sort of stuff? Well,
I haven't been following Shield cricket as in Queensland's game, so I haven't watched too much of Usman bat. The game against New South Wales, he batted really well. He fielded really well as well. So that question's probably more suited to the other selectors that get around and watch the Shield cricket. But from all reports, at the end of the day, if you're putting numbers on the board, you're going a long way to being in line to be selected for Australia. So, yeah, hopefully he continues to improve in the areas that John wanted him to improve in. And, the only reason Inver would be saying that stuff is to help him become a better player. And like I say, he's obviously playing some really good cricket, and what a great opportunity to come into the squad for Boxing Day, and might get an opportunity.
Andrew?
Peter, back on the ball tampering, are you disappointed that the Sri Lankans, doubted what you were doing with the ball to the point where they took it as far as they did to the match referee?
Well, all I know was what was on Twitter. So if that's the Sri Lankan people under false names on Twitter saying it, that's probably totally different. So you're sort of putting it on them when it was on Twitter, mate.
More the team management that they went as far as they did to the match referee.
I've got no idea if that was about me. I'm just going on what I knew, and that was my girlfriend alerted me to something that was on Twitter, which then the names looked pretty false to me. So unless they're under another alias, that's all I know about.
Final question, Nick.
Michael, Peter said that he never doubted that you guys would come through today. How did you feel at tea, and can you talk us through the reasoning behind giving Matthew Wade an over before tea?
Well, look, I think we realised that the wicket was a little bit better for bowling than Adelaide was on a day 5 pitch, so we felt we had... we certainly were in the game if we could bowl enough balls in the right area. The other thing as well, we knew from the first 4 days of the Test match that the best time to bat was in the morning, just after the wicket had been rolled. And as the day went on, generally after lunch, there was a bit more up and down. So we knew we had to be patient in the first session. And we had the opportunity to take a second new ball as well. So no doubt I was confident if we could bowl the ball in the right area for a long period of time, it was going to take a full day's work, that's for sure, to get so many good players out. I was confident we would have success. But again, full credit to the bowlers. They had to execute their plans and their skill. Reverse swing was crucial in this game, and we got probably 3 of the best reverse swing bowlers in the world in Sid, Starkey and Watto, so that helped. In regards to Wadey, well, I've said since being captain that I don't care who takes the wickets. It's about doing whatever you can to take 20 wickets in a test match. I've seen Wadey bowl a few times in the nets and he knows what he's doing. He's got me out a few times in the net, so yeah, it was more about trying to work out of Dave Warner and Phillip Hughes who was going to keep. I was confident in Wadey's bowling, but those two were fighting for the gloves. So, I think you might see more of Matthew Wade bowling, that's for sure.